Hi, everyone. It's Susie McCrae, and I'm the host of The Susie Show, which is found on susiemccrae.com. And today's episode, as we call it, or interview, is with Kavanagh. And if you've been following what I've been doing, I went for my metabolic efficiency training, testing, about a month ago. And we had an update a few weeks ago on my progress, and I'm here today to give you another update as to how things are going. So how are things going? Fantastic. I know Caroline's smiling. I can see her. We're on a Zoom. She's out in Westford, Mass. I'm in Amherst, Mass. And we decided to do this on the computer. It was an easy way for us to connect. And all I can say is my results are fantastic. So today I did my weigh-in at the gym, and I also measured my belly at home. And the good news is in the last month I reduced my belly around the up to the belly button by 3 full inches, and I have lost 15 pounds. Okay? Now, I am sure I've lost other inches. Caroline did the caliper testing on me when I was at her lab. So we're excited to see how those come out. But I got to say, this is what's going on. These shorts are generally tight, and you can. I have a line on my stomach normally after I wear them, and this is what's going on with these shorts. Okay. I always wanted to do that where you could like fit bottles in your stomach like people do. I could fit like a bunch of bottles. And actually, the best part is I could be a tucker. Okay? I could actually tuck my shirt. My sister says, "Are you a tucker or not?" And that's like people who tuck. So I always wear my shirts out, but I feel like I could be a tucker. Tuck, pull out a little bit, and not have that muffin top, as they call it.
Yeah, you're going to be a tucker, I think, for sure, Susie.
Yes, a tucker. So it has been so much easier and simpler than I had imagined. I thought it all sounded great and that I might struggle. I may not be able to follow the pairings that Caroline set forth for me. And I thought perhaps giving up wine that I love at dinner or a martini was going to be my biggest hurdle. And surprisingly, that has not been a hurdle whatsoever. I think it's because I love how I feel. Okay, and that feeling of feeling this great, overdoing it with wine and alcohol, which I did have a couple gin drinks. I did have a couple misses. I'll talk about those. I did have a couple gin drinks. I should have only had one, but I was feeling good. I had another, and the next day, I did not feel good at all. Now, normally that wouldn't have bothered me as much, but I think because I'm feeling so good and with this whole process that it really felt like I had poisoned myself. Now, yes, I could function the next day, but the way I feel without it supersedes the short-term enjoyment of having that. Okay, so this may be a surprise to a lot of people. But, you know, I go out now with friends, I go to dinner, and I do not have that need to feel like I have to have a drink. I have to. When I want one, I'll have one. I did have a kitty ice cream cone a couple times. Tasted delicious. I made sure that I had it when I had a full meal, not on an empty stomach. And I didn't really feel bad afterwards. I always knew that the next day it's okay to have that. I think it feels good to have that. And it wasn't a huge cone. It was something that tasted delicious, but I just don't do it all the time, nor do I crave it all the time. So I just have to say, if I can do this, I think just about anybody can do it. The other thing that has improved is my exercise. So I wasn't this big, huge exerciser before. I probably was a little bit deconditioned, as Caroline probably knows. But what I am doing now is Caroline has pinpointed, where I'm more efficient with my fat burning on what I do, and I am enjoying exercising. Okay, which I do enjoy certain parts of exercise, but I always felt like I have to do it. I enjoy it now. I think the weight loss has been incredible. Like Caroline has coached me through this. You feel better when you're lighter and you end up doing more. So I'm doing a lot of biking. I'm doing a lot of walking, and I do like an interval workout maybe once a week where I get on the treadmill and I go real fast for a minute, and then I walk for a minute and a half, and then I speed her up a little bit, and keeping track of everything. So that's the update. This is a lifestyle. I don't feel like it's a fad. I had tried another process about 3 years ago where I was eating protein and vegetables, and I didn't lose weight, but I felt horrible. I didn't enjoy exercising. I feel that this is just a lifestyle shift that is working tremendously for me, and I am pleasantly surprised that the effect it's having on me and my overall life. Now, I do promote my Plexus products, my Plexus supplements. I absolutely love those, and I think that the gut health that I have gained through being on the right supplements and the right vitamins has only enhanced this program tremendously. But I got to say, Caroline, kudos to you. I don't feel restricted. Yeah. It all makes sense. I love the way I feel. And I'm just looking forward to the next month. So what do you think? I'm doing all the talking. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm thrilled, Susie, because it's one thing to tell somebody, that this is a lifestyle shift in a way of eating. It's not complicated once you understand the principles and the basic of that. You're stabilizing your blood sugar. You're going to lose that craving for processed foods and for junk. And it happens because your body wants to get into this homeostasis. And it does that because you're allowing your body to tap into those fat stores by stabilizing your blood sugar, and you start to feel better. So it's really, like a snowball going down a hill. It just gathers momentum, and that momentum builds with your progress. You lose a couple of pounds, it means a lot in your energy levels. And, you're averaging like 3.5 pounds of weight loss, and this is fat loss per week. That's a lot to lose, but it's a lot to gain in your energy. So yeah, it really is about feeling better, and it is easy to do. And then, the term metabolic efficiency sounds complicated. It sounds like, oh, this is like, you said, it's not a fad. It isn't. It's just a fancy name for balancing blood sugar, learning how to eat, how to put a meal together, and it becomes fun. It really does. And so I'm thrilled with your results. This is why I am doing what I'm doing now. It takes work. So anything takes work. I'm not saying it's a quick fix. It's focused for 2 weeks. You start to feel better, and that propels you forward. But you have to do the work. You have to step in and say, yep, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a try. And the results are the results. And like you said, you just feel good. That old saying, when you have your health, you have everything. And I firmly believe that. When you have your health, you really do have everything.
You do. And
There
I
is
feel
much else that you can really want for.
I know
Maybe
I
win the
agree with
lotto,
you.
I guess, right?
I agree with you 100% because I have definitely drawn my line in the sand a few years ago that I need to start getting healthy. And I thought I was feeling really, really good. And now this has really put me to that next level, okay, of really feeling good. And one thing I wanted to say too, so, you know, people are strapped for time. Everyone's running around busy, busy, busy. And, you know, we talked about that, busy, busy. I'd rather be, you know, more efficient with my workouts, if that's what you even want to call them. So an example will be Caroline really structured me to let me know what my heart rate should be at for what period of time. And it's not this like, I'm out there like, you know, trying to burn this or burn that. So on the days when I was being more productive than normal and I needed to get something done, it was so nice to know that all I really needed to do was go for a walk and keep my heart rate at a certain level and get that in.
Yeah.
You know, it was like so much better than feeling that pressure of like, oh, I've got to go to where I'm legless every day, or I got to go expend all this energy. No. And I do notice the endurance I have on riding a bike now and going up hills and doing all of that has gotten much, much better. My legs are thinner. So, you know, we have only been measuring my belly and the weight, but I do know, like, even in these shorts, all of this part, and these are just one pair of shorts, other shorts are fitting better. I don't have that tightness in my butt and in my legs. And I feel like this shape is coming back too.
Yeah.
And,
well, your face, even I can tell just from your neck and your face, and that's one of the places that you're losing fat. That's not something you can say, gee, you know, I think I'll target fat loss in my face. When you are burning fat, the fat comes off in places that you can't typically have them come off in, like the belly. That's why I'm having you just measure that. Some simple measurements. But the face is very telling. A lot of people say, gee, I look in the mirror and I can see, wow,
yeah,
I'm starting to see my, you know, my cheekbones. So yeah, I can tell. I can see that from our camera here.
yeah.
That big difference.
Okay, so this has been 1 month, and I'm a success story, right?
Yeah.
Which I know you have success with a lot of people. I know you just, you know, have other clients. I would like to say that maybe I'm a unique client in the fact that I don't compete in triathlons. I'm not this huge setting goals for working out or getting my personal best time or anything. I'm your average person in a lot of ways who knows that exercise is important. And like you've taught me, Caroline, 75% of it is your nutrition and 25% is exercise, and that 10% of the time I can have a miss. So it's nice to know, like I said, well, I'm gonna have the ice cream cone. And I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel restricted. I had it. I've had a glass of wine. Like I said, I had the gin. I had a beer one night over the period of 4 weeks. But to just follow that guideline, it feels like this is just 1 month of a person listening to you. It all makes sense. You've made it very simple, and it's been life-changing for me. It really has. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go another month, okay? Because I think it was yesterday was 1 month. Yeah. We're going to go another month, and I'm going to go back to Caroline to be retested. And I think I'm saying this correctly. She's going to retest me because my crossover point of when I go from burning fat to carbohydrates may have changed, hopefully will have changed, and you're going to help reset my personalized program. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. Well, this is how you track progress, is measuring. It's not just a guessing. Okay. Well, we know things are working because you're losing weight. You're losing targeted fat around the belly. So we know this is working, but how do we really know exactly what's going on in your body? And to sort of reset your targets, we retest. And over time, you're going to see this amazing shift that's happened. And who knows, you may decide, you know what, I might get into doing some racing, and maybe I'm going to do some 5K runs or whatever you might do. But we'll have a record of all that. And there's another whole aspect of metabolic efficiency training and targeting intake for racing and training. So we haven't gotten into really too much about that with you, Susie, because that's not where you are right now. But there's so many different facets to what you can learn. So I'm thrilled. I'm so proud of you, I have to say. I really am. You've done a great job.
Oh, well, thank you. I couldn't, and I really am saying this, and you're actually kind of humble about it, but you have made it so simple and easy, and you've given me such good pointers on different things I can incorporate into my nutrition. And I am truly amazed that really I've gone to different events and parties and lunches and out to dinner, and I'm not sitting there like I can't have that. It's just like, I don't want that. I see all the other things I can have. It's tremendous how this switch has gone on in my body, and it's sticking with me. And you have made it so simple and easy,
Nice.
And what I like about the other program I had done, it was like fruit was like a no-no. And of course, in this one, I know now how to pair it. But when I do exert myself with a lot of exercise, to be able to, have my berries and banana or whatever incorporated in my pairings, has felt really good. And you've been so helpful on teaching me that. But it's so simple. I just wish I could tell people just, do it. Because I know you do the testing and you do all of that, but you also offer some nutritional guidance to people too. And I'll make sure everyone still has your information. I know you're open to answer any questions. And so I look forward to coming back and getting retested and spending time with you, and maybe we can go grab lunch or whatever and do our update on our video and just keep spreading the good word. And that's what the Susie Show is all about. And Caroline and I have talked about this in detail. When you're really doing something you love to do and you're passionate about, you're usually doing it because it's something that you believe in. It's something that you're adding value back to others, and you're making a difference. And when you do those things, it doesn't feel like work. And I could tell by the smile on your face today, knowing my results was more satisfying to you than maybe getting a new piece of equipment or, whatever. It was like that made your day.
Yeah.
So I wear this necklace, and I know I'm going off on a target a little bit, but this was a gift, and it has 3 circles in it. And I also, I've learned a lot from reading the book I have up there by Kyle Cease. I hope I screw this up. And it's when you have these 3 things in what you're doing, it really is it's like magical to what happens to you. So number 1 is that you are doing something that adds value back to someone, okay? Now, the second ring is that person receives that value from you, and it changes their life, okay, on the positive. So now that's like a win-win. You win because you've offered this to them, and then they're winning. But the triple is when now that person goes out and does something that changes in the world. Okay, so I look at it as that it's like my triple play here, and you're doing it as well, Caroline. You've got something of value. You gave it to me, and it's given me value, and now I'm helping you and me get it out to a network in the world. And I think when you do that, there is such self-fulfillment in that. And that if you focus on those three things, you can do whatever you want, add value, and go change the world. And I know it sounds corny, but you know what? It's better than the life I was living before. And
yeah. It's corny or not. I love it. So thank you for sharing that. I didn't know about that, so thank you.
Yeah, and that's, I think, your focus too. You have something of value. You're giving it and teaching people, they're finding value in it, and they're going out and they're like either talking about it or encouraging other people and sharing it with other people. And I think it's all good work, and you're happy doing what you're doing. And that's
absolutely. Yeah. Thumbs up, Susie. Great job.
Is there anything else you want to add before we end this update? I know we ended up probably going longer than we planned, but that's okay, because on the Susie Show, there's no rules.
No, I think you covered everything. We'll be back again, like you said. We'll do an update and retest. So I'm going to be thrilled to get you back and retest, and let's see the difference. Yeah, and over time. So you're on a great track. It's all up. It's all upward.
I'm going away on vacation, and I'm going to a resort. So I'm going to probably be surrounded with some decadence, but I don't feel scared or nervous or anything about it. I really feel like I'm on target, and it's going to be a healthy vacation.
Nice. All right. Well, have a great trip. I'll see you when you get back.
Okay, thanks everybody. This will obviously be on the website, and if you want more information, you can contact me or you can contact Caroline, and I'll have all of our contact information on this link. Thanks everybody.